in order
Yeah,
to
with
heal the
yourself.
relationship with food in
Mm-hmm.
order to lose weight. And so it's definitely a process.
I know, one of the things that's so freeing is that I can look at food now and I don't have that, oh, I can't have that. And I've got to eat the, you know, flavorless broccoli. I like broccoli, but I don't like it steamed. And so I fix it. It's still healthy. It's not as healthy probably as eating steamed, but I'm willing to take that chance. I'm still getting the good nutrition in my body, but it's got flavor.
Yeah.
I want
Oh,
to enjoy
yes.
it.
Absolutely. I sat with a client this morning, and I said the phrase like, we never ever plan a meal. We're talking about meal planning, right? We never ever plan a meal that you don't want to eat.
Mm, I like
It's a
that rule.
it's a guaranteed way of, being in the pantry or the fridge later that night. Because if you deny
Not
your
satisfied.
body what it's wanting in the first place, it's gonna win. Your
Yeah.
body is very smart, right?
Yes.
And it will win. And so eventually that is why we call it rebellion. We have like a rebel part. I personally call it my screw it part, where it's like, screw it, eat whatever I want, right? Like you haven't fed me what I want all day, then I'll just eat what I want,
Yeah.
right? And those paths then kind of collide inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So so both emotional eating can is something we all deal with, but it can also get exacerbated with trauma.
Yes.
But binge eating, that does come from trauma. That's very different, right?
So binge eating is definitely different. And the latest statistic that I'm aware of is that 83% of people with binge eating disorder also report a history of childhood mistreatment.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be physical abuse or sexual abuse. For a lot of times with binge eating, it comes from being in a household where parents were emotionally unavailable.
Oh,
And that makes it actually really complicated because, a lot of times people grow up with parents who were fine parents in the sense that they provided food and a
right.
roof over the head and money, and but they didn't actually spend time with the child,
Mm-hmm.
or they didn't actually see the child, or the child just didn't get the attention
Mm-hmm.
that they needed. They didn't get the positive reinforcement. And so that also falls into the category of like childhood mistreatment.
Yeah. Yeah. Which was
And
traumatic for
so,
them. It was their
which is
perception.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you're familiar with, I'm sure you are with your podcast, right? Like big trauma, big T, little t trauma, right? Those
Mm-hmm.
concepts, right?
Yes.
And so it doesn't take a big T trauma to end up with binge eating disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the trauma aspect, but then also there's the history of dieting beforehand. That
Oh.
is a massive risk factor. And so, if you have a history of yo yo dieting, that is a massive risk factor to set you up for binge eating disorder.